Spirit needs you to believe in miracles right now. That's right. Spirit needs you to believe in miracles, to believe in your capacity to create, to receive, to expand, to become. And I almost said to become so much more than what you perceive yourself as right now. And I guess perceive yourself as is the correct way to put that. Because it's not that you're becoming more than you are. It's that you're becoming more of what you are. Do you feel and sense the difference? This energy is so beautiful. I feel somebody here coming out of a winter in their lives. And yes, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're quite literally coming out of winter, or the cooler months of the year as we enter the summer season. The summer solstice was just the other day as I'm filming this. Although whenever you find this is the perfect time for you. But this is like a metaphorical winter. This is like a spiritual winter. This is a time of restriction. This is a time of perhaps scarcity. A time where you felt barren. Where the world perhaps felt barren as well. And you're moving into this beautiful, plentiful energy. You've got Uranus here. All right, so something quite unexpected. As I was looking at this car, I was thinking about car could be significant. Maybe some of you are going to be upgrading your vehicle soon as well, or you're going to be traveling, perhaps more short distance travel, but getting out of the house more, right? Cars, you can't really do international travel with a car, but you can absolutely travel around within, I'm feeling like a few 100-mile radius. All right, so somebody here might want to take a trip, or you might be thinking about taking a road trip, or a trip, or even taking a job that requires commuting, or like I said, just getting out and exploring the world around you. And that's going to be a really positive, beneficial move for you. So that's just a little side message there. But moving back into this, I was feeling all your dreams, all your desires. That on YouTube, we talk a lot, on my main channel on YouTube, we talk a lot about this energy of like spiritual escrow, of all your dreams and the things that you've been creating, that you've been manifesting, kind of just like waiting in this sort of holding space. All right. You could think of that holding space as another dimension where the life that you are manifesting is already happening, right? You could just think of it as sort of like an in-between, like a limbo space, whatever works for you. But it's like, it's just there. It's so close. And I really feel this unexpected energy, this unexpected opportunity or circumstance or chance meeting. Something for some of you, this is like one last thing that you're releasing or letting go. But whatever it is, it's this final impetus that like kicks things into gear and begins the outpouring of these manifestations into your physical world, into your physical reality. For some of you guys, this is going to be quite dramatic. It's going to be quite, I don't necessarily want to say unexpected, because I feel like a lot of people that I'm channeling for, you know it's coming. Because you've been working on it, you've been cultivating it, you've been creating it. Even if you don't fully realize what you've been created, you've been doing the healing work, the shadow work, the whatever you want to call it, right? You've been letting things go. You've been naturally releasing and just surrendering and stepping into your power. Surrendering is stepping into your power, because it's no longer trying to control circumstances and events from a 3D perspective, right? It's about becoming the vibration of what it is that we're attracting. So you've been doing a really great job of that, whether you've been doing this consciously or unconsciously, and by unconsciously, I just mean organically, just naturally growing through the circumstances and events in your life without really thinking about it, without really maybe even fully having a framework or a reference point, or these pop culture terms like shadow work, right? You've just been living your life and you've been growing and healing and evolving. And so that's what's calling this in. So I think that many of you know it's not unexpected in terms of like you knew that it was coming, but some of you, it could have been such a long time coming that it almost felt like it was always going to be coming, right? Instead of actually arriving. And now it's arriving. And for some people, it's like everything arriving all at once. It's like once that final switch gets flipped, so to speak, everything just starts tumbling into your reality. Whether this final switch is a final belief you're letting go, a final release of energetic resistance, whether it's something in the external that needs to happen in order for this cascade of events to occur. Like we said, whether this is an opportunity, whether this is it could be anything. But whatever it is, it's like you're getting so close to that point, to that moment. This is the Fool card as well. So that is that energy of surrender. That's that energy of trust. For some of you, the energy of perfect faith and perfect trust is what's called for here. That's the last ingredient in the recipe, so to speak. It's also just you stepping fully into yourself, embracing your authenticity to a level that you have not embraced your authenticity before. All right. And one thing that I'm learning about authenticity as someone who has strong Uranian energy in my chart, somebody who is here to break the mold, so to speak, to be one of those way showers who does something differently, is that Uranian energy and Aquarian energy, right? It's not like, before we really understand that energy, we try as hard as we can to be different, right? To differentiate ourselves with our look, with our energy, with our preferences, with everything that we do, right? It has to be different, because we think that's what authenticity is, without realizing that authenticity is just being who we truly are, whether that goes against the grain or whether in some instances that goes with it, right? Just not worrying about what's trending or what's not trending, not worrying about going against the grain, just going with the flow of our own being and embracing our own beingness. And that for some is the final piece of the puzzle. All right, so the final message for my collective finding this video is it's time to let people help you. Some of you guys, you've been feeling really stuck. You've gotten stuck in your own head. You've perhaps fallen back into some old negative thinking, some old negative patterns. And like you are essentially, you're creating your own problems right now. You're creating your own stress by feeding into that energy, by getting stuck in your head. And something about creating and collaborating with other people is going to help bring you out of your head more. And what Spirit's saying is this doesn't even necessarily need to be on, like, say you're wanting to start a business or you have this big dream. You don't need to collaborate with people specifically surrounding that. Just with anything. Just get out there more. Remember we saw the car at the beginning of this? Go visit friends you haven't seen in a while. Friends that make you feel good. Friends that lift you up, right? Friends that are in a high vibration. Not the ones that bring you down. Those are the ones you got to cut out of your reality if you haven't done so yet. All right, it sounds cutthroat, but it's just simply, you are who you hang with. All right, it's just like pruning a garden. Some of the weeds may be pretty, but if you let them keep growing, they will choke out the plants. They will choke out the vegetables. They will choke out the fruits. All right. If you want to bear fruit, you got to weed your garden. Just as what it is. Grow with me or grow somewhere else. All right. That's just the energy. That's how we have to be at this point. All right. So, but go spend time with those people who lift you up, who make you laugh, even who get you out of your head. Go do something, find a new hobby, find a place to explore, find people who you can have that synergistic energy with, or go to places where people who are in some sort of aligned and resonant vibration with you are going to be hanging out. Just to have that energy. And like I said, even if you're not collaborating together on something specific that you're working on, that energy is going to be contagious and you're going to be able to bring that to whatever it is that you are creating, even if you're doing it solo. And I feel like I am speaking to a lot of lone wolves here. This is why this is coming up. All right. But you're going to be able to see it with fresh eyes. All right. And they're going to have some type of wisdom. It feels like salt of the earth type of wisdom, just the type of wisdom that's going to also help you get out of your head and identify some of these patterns that have become self-defeating that you haven't been able to see because you haven't had enough people in your reality reflecting that back to you. You haven't had any partial, impartial, unbiased eyes or energies. It's just been you trying to figure out everything on your own. Spirit saying the time for figuring things out is over. All right, it's time to just simply relax, surrender, get in the flow, and allow yourself to reap the rewards of all the hard work you've all